Hello my little ponies, this is teacher Danny and welcome to another English video. Today we are going to start about the modal verbs 1 and 2, how to make sentences using all modal verbs. So let's get started. How to use the modal verbs or the usage. A modal verb is a type of auxiliary verb that expresses possibility, necessity, and obligation between or among other things. They are helper verbs in combination with other verbs to assist in stating tone, tense, condition, voice, and mood. So we can have a picture as example where we can make sure how to use these modal verbs, okay? From shall to there. So let's continue with the other picture. Features and characteristics. Okay, so the number one is that la mayoría, most modal verbs cannot be used in past or future tenses. They are used in present tense. The number two is when used in third person present tense, modal verbs do not have the conjugation s, es, or ies endings. Okay, so the number three is use not to make the negative sentences in almost all cases. So they are the three most important features of the modal verbs. Okay, so take them in mind. Let's continue with the other point. The grammar structures. We have the affirmative, negative, question, and negative question. The affirmative is really simple. It's only subject, modal verb, verb infinitive, and complement. Remember that this is the auxiliary verb, the modal, and this is a different verb. So we have my dog can bark so loud at nights. Remember that bark is ladrar and loud is like fuerte. So in this sentence we say mi perro puede ladrar muy fuerte o muy alto en las noches, okay? So for the negative sentence we only add not after can, so we can write cannot or can't. And we have the following sentence. My dog cannot or can't bark so loud at nights. Right? So this is very easy. We only add not for the question. We make a change. First the modal verb and after that the subject. And later the verb infinitive, the complement, and the question mark. So we say, can your dog bark so loud at nights? The short possessive sentence is yes, he or it can, or no, he or it can't. Remember that this part is sí and this other is no. Okay, yes it can, no it can't. The negative question, so we use the negative form with the contraction, don't forget it. Can't your dog bark so loud at nights? So you can answer yes it can, no it can't. Right, let's continue with the other part. Now we are going to check the 14 modal verbs. So we have the number one, that is can. Remember that we don't say can with the letter A. Can, we say can. Can. Okay, so in Spanish it is poder and it's used for abilities. Remember that abilities in English is without H. And we have an example. Humans can't breathe underwater. Los humanos no pueden respirar debajo del agua. Okay, so the number two is may. In here we use it for speaking about poder, the same, but the difference is that we use it for permissions, right? So if you want to ask for something. Example, if you finished, you may hang out with your friends. Si terminaste, puedes salir a departir con tus amigos, right? Easy peasy. We have the number three. It is might. In Spanish is puede que, is used for probabilities of 50%. An example is I might do the homework, but later. I'm tired now. Puede que haga mi tarea o la tarea, pero luego. Estoy cansado ahora, right? So take them in mind. This is only for future probabilities of the 50%. The number four is could. Could. Remember that this could is like the past and the future of can. So we can express it as pudo, podía, or pude, as well as podría. So it is used for past and future. We have two examples in here. Damn, I could kiss her in that party. Rayos, pude besarla en esa fiesta. And the other is, she could buy another car tomorrow. Ella podría comprar otro carro mañana. Okay? The number 5 is be able to. Okay, so the translation into Spanish is poder or ser capaz de. So we can say that this is the another version of can. So we can use it in present, in past, or in future. So we have an example in here. I was able to eat 10 hot dogs in a day. Yo podía comer 10 perros calientes en un día. O yo era capaz de comer. Okay, but now I can't. Y ahora no puedo. So remember that we can use it in the 3 different tenses, and the difference with can and the others is that we use to. Okay, don't forget it. So you can conjugate this be into am, is, are, was, were, or will be. That's it. We continue with the others. Number 6, we have should. Debería for advices, consejos. So an example is, you look bad, you should go home now. Tú luces mal, pareces estar mal, deberías ir a casa ahora. And the other one is get off, you shouldn't be here. Bájate, no deberías estar aquí. Okay, so the evil twin, el gemelo malvado, the evil twin of should is ought to. This is a more formal version of should, and this is not very common, but we use it too sometimes. So the translation is debería. For that reason they are twins, and it's used also for advices. So we have the same example. You look bad, you ought to go home now. Luces mal, deberías ir a casa ahora. The difference with this one, with the other, is that with should, we don't use to. So we say should go, but here we say ought to go. That is the difference, but the meaning is the same. Alright, so we have another example, is I ought to buy more. I guess one isn't enough. Debería comprar más. Creo, supongo que uno no es suficiente. We continue with the number 8. It's there. This is a semi-modal. There. The translation into Spanish is atreverse or retar. We have some examples in here. I dare say sorry to her. Te reto a decirle que lo sientes, ¿ok? O yo me atrevo a decir que lo sientes. The other example is I dare you to cuddle him and run. Yo te reto a que lo abraces y corras. So remember that cuddle is another way to express a hug, ¿ok? A cuddle, un abrazo, un abracito. The number 3 is I daren't. This is the negative form, dare not. I daren't tell her the truth. Yo no me atrevo a decirle a ella la verdad. Okay, so the number 4 is a question. Dare you look? No, I don't. Or yes, I do. ¿Te atreves a mirar? O sí, te atreves a mirar. In this way, remember that you use a particular exception for the answers. So you don't say, no, I didn't. You say, no, I don't. Or, yes, I do. No, no me atrevo, o sí. Sí lo haré. And we have a particular expression that we use in here that is, how dare you? How dare you? Hey, how dare you? ¿Cómo te atreves? Okay, this is very useful when you're sharing with a person or when somebody makes or do something weird or bad to you, so you can use it. The number 9, we continue with the other one, is need. This is also a semi-modal. Why it is a semi-modal? Because you can use it as a normal verb or as a modal verb. Okay? So you can say I needn't. In this case, this is a modal. Remember that need is necesitar. So if it is a modal, you can use it in this way. Need not is needn't. So you needn't take off your shoes. No necesitas quitarte los zapatos. The other example is let's forget it. No one need to know about it. Olvidémoslo. Nadie necesita saber de eso. Remember that if you want to use the semi-modal need as a normal verb, you need to add to. Okay, so I need to have a haircut. Necesito cortarme el cabello. Okay, so you use to. In this case, this is a normal verb. In this case, in these two examples, it is a modal verb. We have the number 10. The number 10 is had better. Had better. The translation is más vale que o mejor tal cosa. Okay, so you say, oh, it's late. I had better go to school. Ay, ya es tarde. Mejor me voy para el colegio. Okay, the other example is it's dangerous. You had better ask first. Es peligroso. Es mejor que preguntes primero. Okay, this is very useful. We continue with the other modal verbs. The number 11 is must. That means deber for duties. Duties is deberes. So an example is I must not disrespect the authorities. Yo no debo irrespetar a las autoridades. Remember that this must is used for citizen issues when you're a student, a worker, a son or daughter of your parents. So it's used for all those duties that we have as a normal person in a society. The number 12 is have to. Remember that only have is the verb tener, but have to is a modal verb. So it means tener que. It's used for obligations. So in this case you say, you have to wake up early if you have to get the concert tickets. Tú tienes que, this is an obligation, tú tienes que despertarte temprano si quieres conseguir o comprar los boletos para el concierto. Okay, so be careful with these two. The final three ones are used for future. So we have the cousins, los primos, the cousins will and shall. Shall is most used in the United Kingdom, and this is most used in the US, the United States. They are almost the same, but they have a particular difference. It's that shall is more formal than will, of course. Let's speak about will. Will means the suffix ra in future. This is for predictions in the future, of course. So we have an example. I will do my best this academic period. Haré o daré lo mejor de mí en este periodo académico. In the number 2, I won't live in that city because it's really hot. No viviré en esa ciudad porque es muy peligrosa o hace mucho calor allá. Remember that won't is the contraction of will not. And the final example is, will you study French? Yes, I will. ¿Estudiarás francés? Sí. We have the other version. It is shall. Remember that shall is more used in the UK. This is like the suffix ra. This is for invitations in future, but the difference with will is that it is very formal. And it's only used for with I and we only. Okay, so this is not very common if you say he shall or she shall, something like that. So we have an example in here. We can say, shall I answer the phone? Contesto el teléfono. Or shall we dance when you're in a party and you want to be very polite with the other person, especially if you're a man and you invite to dance a girl. So you can say, shall we dance? ¿Me concedes esta pieza? So it's more formal. And the final one, the number 14, is would. Would is like the suffix ia. This is the conditional feature. Okay, for example, comería is would eat, dormiría would sleep, jugaría would play. So we have two examples. They would buy an ice cream now. Ellos comprarían un helado ahora. But they don't have money. The other example is, I would visit that cute place, but I can't. Visitaría ese lindo lugar. Okay, so remember that this would goes with another sentence that can help to understand well the context. So we finish in this moment with with all the issues of the modal verbs. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, and good